As we have previously discussed on this channel, especially in these two videos, the job market currently is not that great. Things are improving, I give them that. I have seen more jobs coming out, but not as many as there once were. Jobs are coming out very slow, and it obviously is impacting many of our positive outlooks. So today I thought I would change that with a skills audit and a nice little prep talk. So let's just get right into it. So I brought my whiteboard along today. On my whiteboard, I've prepared my skills audit. I've done this as if I am in my final year and I'm preparing to go into work, apply for jobs, etc. You probably won't be able to read my handwriting, it's small anyway, but I'll blur out some of it because I don't want you to skip ahead. I want you to enjoy the audit. And there'll be a template down below so you can do the audit along with me. But let me scooch forward towards you guys. At the top, we've got experiences, wins, others, and skills. Now, this top half of the whiteboard, what we are focusing on are those clinical skills. So, like your placements, essentially. Your uni-related, physio-relevant, only physio skills, not outside of physio skills. So, at the top, experiences, I've got placements. So, I've got down my OPAL placement, which is essentially elderly care, pediatrics, so I did pediatric respiratory and orthopedics. I've got mental health, that was a neuro mental health placement. Nursing, I'm not sure if Birmingham still does it, but we had to do 30 hours of nursing before we could do our physio placement. Pediatrics, which was elective, orthopedics. So elective orthopedics, so hips, knees replacements, and acute medicine. So your A&E, your AMU, your MAU types of areas. Now, just like I just did there, where I went into detail about those areas that I covered in those placements and what I necessarily did in those placements, you can also do that too. I just don't have the space on my whiteboard to give you that much detail right now. But on the template, there will be prompts as well saying like experiences, placements, etc. So you can tailor it how you need to, but it's just there to help you get along with it. Now, we get on to our wins. In regards to wins, I thought about what did I do during that time. Tell me when. So yeah, you have your assignments, because in your assignments you did your reading and you're preparing for the assignments. That's also a win. Good grades, great win as well. But wins here I've got down are case studies. So I did quite a few case studies on my placements, pick specific patients or cases in terms of, I was going to say conditions. So things along those lines as well. So you've got your case studies there. You've also got shadowing. So I made sure to shadow the other members of the MDT. So whether that was an OT or a nurse or a doctor, etc. Those are all wins clinically as well. Receiving great feedback, and I've got down presenting at a conference as well. Did that during my time as a student. So those are your big wins. Make sure you're jotting that down as well, because wins are important and this is a positive prep talk. So we're caring about the wins. Now, in terms of others, others could be like your CPD stuff. So whether you did a sports massage course or whether you work part-time as like a HCA or a physio assistant, great experiences. Put them in whichever section you like. But what I've done, for example, is I've written reading articles and attending webinars. I did put down query sports massage. I didn't do that myself, but I know quite a few people on my cohort did. And part-time jobs as well. I did work part-time during my time at university, but it wasn't relevant to healthcare. So, which brings us on to skills. So based off the stuff that we have said above, in terms of our experiences, wins, and our others, what skills can we pull from this? So just to quickly jot down, I've jotted down verbal and non-verbal communication. So that's through my case studies and also being on the ward. You could honestly, in this section, it's so much easier to write down the skills that you got from it. It could be skills like manual handling skills. Maybe you didn't know how to communicate with the patient. Anything along those lines, jot them down. I've also got IT skills, and I've also written hands-on skills. Now, for the next part of the whiteboard, we go to the middle. So on the middle of the whiteboard here, this is the same kind of categories in regards to you've got your experiences, your wins, and your skills, but this time it's relevant to you outside of being a physio student. So outside of that, you as a person, you in your general life, what experiences, wins, and skills do you bring to the table? So for experiences, just to give you an idea, I've written down travel, YouTube, and part-time job, because I did all those at the time as a student. So in regards to wins, I've said that I was able to manage my time studying and working between two cities. So for those of you who are maybe new here or weren't with me at the time while I was studying, what I did is I studied at the University of Birmingham, and while I was studying there in the week, I lived in Birmingham, and then on the weekends I came down to London to do my job in hospitality. Sounds crazy, I know, a lot of people said it at the time, but that's a win because I was able to manage that. And that's all I've written for that section. But another win could be maintaining a YouTube channel, building a community online. I know I wasn't the most consistent, but still building a community online based off my own experiences. And travel as well. A win is the ability to still had the ability to travel during my degree and get exposure to other cultures, which will also help me further down the line. But here I am jumping ahead of myself. Anyway, in terms of skills that I have from outside of work, I have time management skills, as I shared, being able to balance the two of the things. The ability to work well in a team in both aspects, in terms of not necessarily travel, not so much, apart from if I traveled with friends, but more in my part-time job, teamwork, flexibility, because things change all the time, and the ability to present my case, communication in general, comes across very well with all of those three things. Now, I would argue one of the most important parts of this skills audit, and to make sure that it's a positive outlook, is the bottom section. So the who am I section. So in my who am I section, what I want you to do is look at the skills from the clinical aspect, but then also your non-clinical, your general life aspect, and write a 2 to 3 sentences, 2 to 3 lines about who you are once you've reflected on these skills. So I'll give you an idea. So I've said, who am I? I'm a great person inside and outside of being a physio. I have many transferable skills and experiences to be an asset to a team when given the opportunity. Doesn't sound like much, but it's very positive. I'm aware of the fact that, okay, maybe before I did this audit, I may have been in the mindset of, yeah, I've done these placements, but everybody's done a placement. What sets me apart? Nothing's different about me. But by looking at this, I'm like, actually, no, I am a different person. Although other people may have been on the same placement or experienced similar things clinically than me, I've got that little extra bit. And now, other than helping you have a positive outlook, a good reason to do your skills audit is also because it really helps you when you're applying for your jobs or when you're attending your interviews. One of the top questions they tend to ask you in interviews, more from my standpoint, it's like a 6 rather than as a 5. Like, I'm not a 6 right now, but when applying for a 6, one of the questions they ask you are like the skills and what do you bring to a team and why do you think you would fit the role? Skills audit. It helps you navigate it. That sentence that you've written at the bottom of who are you, that could help you answer that question. When you're writing your statement and they want to know why you want the job or what skills have you got, what experiences have you had, not just clinically, but they want to know you've got good work-life balance, boom. It's there ready for you. So guys, all I'm going to say is keep positive. I know it's easier said than done. I'm going through it with you as well right now. So I'm trying to keep myself chirpy, though I'm just refreshing the job sites. But, we'll get there in the end as well. We've got this. Keep yourself going. Keep up with the CPD. Keep acing it. Down below, comment your wins. And I'll see you guys in another video. Bye, guys.